PatrckCC. It's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute, but this video did look interesting. Like the title and everything. Patrick, how you been, man? I hope you've been good, bro. Love you, dog. The death of mainstream. Hold on. You might be cooking.
There is more high-quality content available than ever before, and yet most people feel like there is something missing. There was once a time where it felt like we were all on the same wavelength when it came—
Oh my gosh, Bill. Nah, this science guy, Bill. No. Kool-Aid Man, Pokemon. Pokemon is so good, bro. Like, I played Pokemon before, but like playing it again, like now, right now, it's like, oh my god. This shit got layers to it. Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. Oh my gosh, bangers. Nothing like the 90s, chap. Nothing like the 90s. Before your time.
Came to entertainment and pop culture, everything felt more impactful.
Look at this fucking movie. Look at this fucking movie. And look how they massacred your name. They're massacring your name right now, man. They massacring your name.
Wavelength when it came to entertainment and pop culture. Everything felt more impactful. Movies were bigger. Music spread further. Famous people were actually famous. Awards meant something. And if there was a shocking—
Wait, because, Jack, hold on. Dochi literally said, there was a tweet Dochi said, and niggas have been going back and forth on how they feel about it. Music has, or rap has no more superstars or something like that. Do y'all agree or disagree? Like superstars.
Story in the news, it was impossible to miss. It was much easier to have your finger on the pulse of pop culture, and it created—
Cardi exists. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe Cardi's probably not a bad one. Like superstars, like superstars. You know? No. Drake, Kendrick, and all of them, they're like should talk about this era, like this era of like music, not like, you know, like they're OGs. We talking about the like the new one. Yeah, y'all talking about a whole different generation. Y'all talking about like Rihanna and shit and Beyonce. No. We talking about like the new generation. Tyler, would he count as this new generation?
this bond that we had together.
Yeah, he's not new. We talking about like now. I don't know, chap. You know, has potential to be a superstar, who I think is a superstar in my mind. Tizo touchdown. He already got like the superstar, like that superstar look. His music is so good. It's like, bro, he got potential to really be like, he got potential, bro. Tizo is 30. Okay, but like niggas not on no.
Strangers, and we took it for granted because now that bond is gone, the world of entertainment, music, movies.
So you telling me you can't be 30 and still be like the newest superstar? Like what? Come on now, come on, bruh.
Culture, and it created this bond that we had together as strangers, and we took it for granted because now that bond is gone, the world of entertainment, music, movies, shows, social media feels oversaturated, confusing, and dull.
Facts.
I bet most of you can relate to this.
Facts.
How many times these days does someone say to you, "Hey, did you hear about," or "Hey, did you see?" And not only is your answer no, but you literally have no idea what they are talking about.
The only time people in unison, no, that's not even true. Because I was about to say, I feel like the only time people in unison be like, oh yeah, I seen that, is if it's something negative. Like let's say this Corey shit, for example. You see what happened with Corey? Yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. I feel like it's that though. But then sometimes there are people, nah, if it's negative, they tapped in, bro. If it's negative, they tapped in.
Life wasn't always like that. What we are missing today and for the past few years is a monoculture, which is essentially one culture that all Americans are connected to. Sometimes I even call it the death of mainstream because nothing really feels mainstream anymore. Every decade had their own version of monoculture that was seemingly easily defined. But what will define the 2020s? Monoculture is dead. And for anyone watching this that's like, a teenager or younger, it means nothing because they can't relate to that experience. But literally anyone older than that remembers their version of monoculture and probably misses it because it represents a much more simple
about you in this tweet, Unk.
They was talking about me in this tweet. Oh, it's Twitter, so I'm assuming it's some bullshit. Let's see. They really tried to force that Tizo nigga on us, bruh. Garbage. Are you fucking serious? This is exactly what Patrick, yo, just keep talking, bro. Like, you so fucking right. Niggas don't appreciate art when they see it right in front of their fucking faces, bro. They don't appreciate art when they see it right in their fucking faces. If Britney Spears was coming up right now, they would say the same thing about Britney Spears and Destiny's Child and all that shit if the internet was like crazy like this. Man, fuck you, bitch. You don't know what you're talking about. Niggas would have saw Prince and lost their goddamn mind.
Time. Every generation before Gen Alpha had limited options for entertainment, and they thought it was a burden, flipping through TV channels saying, oh, there's nothing to watch. But now...
Meanwhile, you have like 100 channels. Just pick something.
Now, our options are infinite. 3.7 million YouTube videos uploaded every day. One streaming service with every song ever made and 100,000 new songs being uploaded every day.
Yep.
Dozens of subscription services with thousands of movies and TV.
You can easily be a superstar at an older age. Why people are so focused on age these days. Look at 2 Chainz. He got popular at 35 and had a great run.
Bro, age has become the forefront of a lot of stuff.
It's because people lost the passion of togetherness amongst each other, and I believe COVID played a part in it.
Yeah, everything just feels divided, man. Even when we talk about movies, like back then, when like Star Wars, Jurassic Park and shit was coming out, nobody was like, the pacing. No, it was like unanimous, like,
I thought the color palette for your cam was going dark till I realized that shit is Patrick's video. Why the fuck is his brightness doo-doo brown? Also, maybe movie night this week. Are you up for it?
I'm up for it for sure, bro.
He shows a literal endless singular feed of short form videos that one can spend hours without realizing the time has passed.
Star Wars was divisive. There was people who didn't fuck with Star Wars when it came out. What?
Past, and despite having access to all of this content, a lot of us feel bored and disconnected from each other. Well, today I want to talk about that feeling like something is missing. I believe it is tied to the death of monoculture. So let's dive into how we got here, where it went wrong, and actually why some of you might consider it to be a good thing.
Oh wait, are y'all talking about the prequels? Oh yeah, no, I was talking about like the originals, like the original ones. No, I'm talking about the originals. Was that divisive too? Like when the movies came out, everybody was like, "You gotta see that movie, man."
Entertainment has always evolved based on the available technology. The easier it is to consume, the less impactful it is. Movie theater ticket sales had their all-time peak in the US in 1946.
Damn.
Over 90 million weekly admissions were recorded, which means that about 60% of the US population went to go see a movie that year.
Good times.
Now, were movies objectively better in 1946?
Hell no!
Absolutely not. There were just less of them, and less entertainment overall. The introduction of the television likely slowed down movie ticket sales, but opened up a whole new opportunity for entertainment, cartoons, sitcoms, and of course, ads.
I don't think it was unanimous back then. It's just that there wasn't social media and you didn't hear everyone's opinion. Social media gave a voice to every brain-dead human on Earth that becomes the loud minority.
True.
You've probably never heard of Spokio, Truthfinder, or been verified, but they've definitely heard of you. These data brokers are literally laughing all the way from these sketchy sites. But even television has its limitations. You had to watch the show at the exact time it aired, or you missed it and had to wait for someone to tell you what happened the next day.
Bro, I remember when I was younger, I literally thought every channel had, like, there was a specific channel for certain shows. Like, I was literally crying because my mom wouldn't put SpongeBob on. I was like, put on SpongeBob. She was like, it's not on. I was like, yes, it is. It's on this channel. And she would go to the channel, something was else on. I was like, you're doing it wrong.
Or even worse, you had to read this book called the TV Guide to figure out when they were going to air a rerun.
Oh my God.
Plus, there were only a few channels, so competition for attention was fierce. But that also meant that millions of people were watching the same thing at the same time. With most households operating on 9-to-5 work schedules, the only time carved out to entertain yourself was between 7 and 10. This was known as prime time, and that's when the few good shows were on.
Let's watch a Disney Channel movie. Dun, 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 dun. Let's watch a Disney Channel movie. Ba, ba, dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. Nick Crowley upload. Yo, I'm still dark. You don't need to pin every single nigga's motherfucking message, dog. It's not that damn important, bro. It ain't that damn important where I needed to see that, bro.
Families watched the same things together, and a new episode airing at 8 p.m. on a weeknight could dominate school hallways and office break rooms the next day. Worst case scenario, you could stay up for late night television where Letterman would catch you up on all your pop culture news. We were connected as humans, kind of operating on the same wavelength.
Is there a way I could specifically take pinning privileges away from I'm Still Dark, bro? There's gotta be. There's literally gotta be.
And the entertainment added to our humanity. That is, unless you were entirely disinterested from the few available shows and movies, then you had no other options, your life sucked, and you were looking for other forms of entertainment like heroin. But at least back then, it didn't have fentanyl in it. But the way people consumed movies and televisions stayed relatively the same for decades. By the 1970s, 95% of households had a TV in it. And then in the 80s and 90s, there was a massive uptick in available entertainment, like an entire TV channel dedicated to showing music videos or an entire channel dedicated to showing cartoons. But even with more niche options, primetime shows still dominated pop culture, and Americans still felt a sense of togetherness through a somewhat limited availability. Is music not hitting the same anymore? Doesn't it feel like you used to have a connection with others based on a shared love for the same music? Well, music had a similar permeating connection to monoculture with a few key differences. For most of the 20th century, music was somewhat of a luxury. Today, for $15 a month, you can get access to every song ever made and 100,000 new ones uploaded daily. $15 used to get you one album, and you had to take your happy ass to a record store and physically buy it.
Damn.
And if the album was in high enough demand, they might not actually have it. And that seems like a dumb thing to say, but in our modern culture, entertainment is never not available to you. These stores often had a strong sense of community and served as a gathering place for music fans. It wasn't unusual for artists to stop in and play mini concerts or sign albums before an appearance in a particular city. When people bought an album, they were now invested. They worked hard for that money. So to get the value back, they actually listened to the whole thing. They even tried to like the songs that they didn't initially like because they paid for it, which ultimately made them appreciate the artistry on a different depth. This uninterrupted focus on the music built a deeper connection.
That's such a crazy way to look at it. Cause now niggas listen to probably like 3 songs and be like, yeah, this shit ass. Yeah, this shit ass, bruh. Like, literally, you can be listening to an album, swipe out of it while it's still playing, go to Twitter and say, this shit not hitting on nothing. And then go back to the app. So fucking spoiled.
From the fans.
Back then the love was louder than the hate, so much louder that the haters couldn't confidently voice opinions.
Yeah.
Now every idiot has a platform to spew their opinions with no consequence.
With everybody agreeing with it. And it's like, if you like something and now you're glazing or dick riding or you're getting paid to say it.
To the artist. Fans had to imagine what their favorite musicians were like based on lyrics, a few interviews, and carefully staged photographs in magazines or posters on their wall. There was a mystique. Pop stars felt larger than life, almost like fictional
characters. When you have
characters.
less, you appreciate it more. When you have more, you appreciate less.
That's exactly what he's literally about to say right now. And now there's some artists that try to imitate that, but it's looked at as like, yeah, because like low key, you know, if it's not genuine, it's looked at as like corny when you try to be like mysterious and try to be away from the internet and shit like that.
doctors, which is why people would pass out at the mere sight of Michael Jackson. Today we have countless interviews and endless access to all of their thoughts and opinions on social media. That mystery is gone. Artists are more accessible than ever, and because of that, they feel less special. And since music was basically a luxury, most people didn't have tons of disposable
The
income.
reason why nothing is mainstream anymore is because they're either being remade, which in turn fucks up the legacy of the original, or people already judge it, but it's much
Facts.
broader because of social media, leaving even retards to spew out bullshit.
Yeah, that's another thing. Oh my god, we're remaking everything. I feel like we're just going in like Hollywood is trying to chase what used to be. It's like, bro, just come up with something new, man.
To buy every release they wanted to listen to. So they typically
We just gotta find the new thing. Start the new thing.
resorted to listening to the radio or watching MTV. You couldn't just search your favorite Guns N' Roses song and get that instant gratification. You had to turn on MTV and just wait for it to come on, but in the meantime, you were consuming tons of other good songs that made you a more well-rounded music listener. And that was the same predicament for everyone. So at school dances, parties, or clubs, everyone felt connected because the songs that were being played were the ones that everyone had the same access to. A lot of club DJs today still mostly play music from the 2010s, and a lot of people wonder why they aren't playing more modern music. Like, are we all crippled by nostalgia? Well, not necessarily, but when you play music from the 2010s, you can kind of guarantee that everyone in the club is going to know those
Tell me why
songs.
there's a tweet
Yeah.
with 21k likes talking about, and I quote, "He needs to apologize to them," and it's a tweet about Belize needing to apologize to game characters. Here's the tweet.
It's a joke though? Is this a joke? Like, apologize to them for what? Oh my god, this bitch dead ass made multiple comments on her chest size. She's a high schooler. Berlin said she's only good for sucking his dick. Theorized she's cheating on her. Oh my gosh, y'all have got to be kidding me.
Yo man, don't wanna worry you, but why is there an ImDOntai XXL freestyle on YouTube? Did you do one?
No. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh. Of course.
Whereas today, everyone just listens to vastly different music. What's considered extremely popular and mainstream to you might literally not be considered extremely popular and mainstream
True.
to the person next to you.
Yep.
Today, we have unlimited access to every song ever made. When a new song or album drops, it is just right there in your phone. You don't have to talk to anyone, don't have to buy it, don't have to wait. Most of the time,
You know
though,
how the MCU is rebooting after Secret Wars? Yay, Hollywood itself needs a reboot. These movie studios gotta take a couple steps back and look at the broader picture and see that remaking, rebooting, or making countless sequels fucks up the originality.
But they're only gonna do that once they start losing money. Every time there's a reboot or a remake, they're still bringing in the money. Lilo and Stitch did fucking amazing. So to them, they're being told, oh, people like this. People want more of this. Then let's keep doing it. So it's like, it's not going to change until they start losing money. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because, like, nostalgia and shit like that. Or until they run out of movies.
artist is actually begging you to listen to it, or you accidentally found out about it. You didn't even want to discover it. Most people have resorted to just letting the algorithm decide what music to recommend to them because it's easier than doing all of the effort I just talked about before. Combine this lack of mono connectivity through music, requiring absolutely no effort to get access to the music, as well as artists not having the star power due to overexposure, and surprise, surprise, music holds absolutely no value to the average casual listener. Once we entered the 2000s, the rapid advancement of available technology.
That's true. People don't make music to listen to an album now. They try for one hit song. But yeah, back then, the whole album had to be good. You can't just have just one hit. But that's what kind of people have. I feel like they just put out a song and that one does really well, and they're like, fuck, I need to, you know, go off this momentum. I gotta drop an album. I feel like that's what's gotta be happening. Cause how is this song so good and then everything else is just mid?
Caused a dominant monoculture to become more fragmented. TVs were becoming cheaper, bigger, and higher quality. The internet was getting faster, becoming easier to access and navigate. Cell phones were in everyone's pocket. We were becoming more connected than ever, but we didn't realize it was actually going to drive us further apart. In my opinion, 2000 to 2010 was a great sweet spot for pop culture. I would describe today's culture as everything all at once, and the early 2000s was the same, but it was slightly more manageable. Let's start simple. Movies. Here's a graph of every movie released per year around the world. You can see the quantity of movies released remained relatively the same from the early 1970s to the late 1990s, and it just started slowly ramping up in the 2000s before it exponentially exploded. Back then, there was a rhythm to it all. You'd get 2 or 3 massive blockbusters every summer, movies like Spider-Man.
And I mean, look at the poster. Marvel has ruined posters. Marvel has ruined posters, man. Everything is like a headshot. A big head, smaller heads surrounding it, and then a background, man. Marvel fucked up a lot of shit, I ain't gonna lie. They went too crazy. They cooked too much that they fucked up everything.
Pirates of the Caribbean or The Dark Knight, which dominated.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Culture for weeks. As fall and winter rolled in, you'd see smaller budget, more experimental, or just simple films rise to the surface. Movies like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Little Miss Sunshine, Juno, and Requiem for a Dream.
Oh my God, I
Everyone
remember Juno.
kind of knew what was coming and when it was coming, and that predictability created a shared sense of anticipation. Even smaller budget films had a shot at becoming massive, and the reason they had a shot was because people actually went to the theaters.
And now, if there was a trailer for something like Napoleon Dynamite to come out right now, niggas would be like, oh, this going straight to this shit going straight to Netflix. Like, what the fuck is this? Nobody watching this shit.
Our last peak in movie theater ticket sales was in 2002 when 1.5 billion tickets were sold.
Wow.
But even if you didn't go to the theater, we had these really cool things called DVDs, where you could buy the movie that you missed and watch it at home. And if you didn't want to commit to buying it, no worries. You could rent the film for a few bucks.
Not gonna lie, Julia needs to be the Xbox mascot at this point because anything related to it, she sees it and loses her shit.
Yeah, she's a
I'll
fucking
become a
glazer.
PlayStation fan now, don't I? Please just make it stop.
She's a goddamn glazer, bro. Bro, DVDs, the background, the director is talking in the background while the movie was playing. I was like, when I got older, I was wondering why I watched that, but I don't know. I like that type of shit, bro. That's like, why would they have something up there? Like, who would watch that? I would. I don't know why they did that or what made them think that anybody would care what the director's got to say, but I would always watch that shit. Cause they just be like, yeah, and right here we weren't even actually supposed to be doing this, but then da 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 da. Sure. Oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings, London has fallen.
One of the last great posters post-Endgame from the MCU.
By going to this magical place called Blockbuster. This is a store where you could essentially browse all of the movies that you didn't get the chance to see. You would actually talk to the employee.
Star Wars. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a good ass poster.
Who worked there, and they would give you a recommendation or tell you what everyone else is renting. Sometimes a movie was in such high demand that all of their copies would be rented and you couldn't get it. Imagine that. Imagine any form of entertainment being unavailable for you today. Scarcity created demand, and it made the film more exciting. It made you want to watch it more. Most of those crappy yet special early 2000s comedies were the perfect films to pick up at a Blockbuster, and people loved that place. The company earned $5 billion in revenue in 2004. The point is that you and everyone around you had this physical connection with the entertainment and was actively using their brain to choose what they wanted to consume. TV still had a somewhat similar rhythm in the 2000s. Primetime was still valuable airtime. MTV was in its best era, in my opinion, having a plethora of terrible yet oddly captivating reality TV shows and experimental series, while still having their sister network, MTV2, play music videos 24/7. It was one of the most versatile eras for mainstream music, with lyrical rap, crunk rap, rock, emo rock, country, pop, EDM, R&B, and countless other genres in a healthy rotation on MTV.
No, I'm not buying you 2K, dude.
TV and the radio. It was
J.O.B.
just on the cusp of being overwhelming, but having it all contained on MTV and VH1 made it still manageable to keep up with. Kids were absolutely consumed by Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network, which were 3 separate networks that each had 2 to 3 shows worth paying attention to in their respective eras. We still had a healthy separation between our personal lives and our school and work life from 9 to 5, only entertaining ourselves lightly in the morning and in the evenings. We didn't have a phone to distract us from literally every millisecond of boredom. The entertainment options still felt limited enough that you could feel like everyone around you was on the same wavelength. Plus, we were still at the mercy of knowing the schedule of when new shows were going to air. But that started to die when cable companies provided DVR capabilities. You could now record your favorite shows and movies and watch them later whenever you wanted. This was the beginning of the streaming service era takeover that so many people today loathe. Today, you may feel like you are not as connected to the culture because 1, less people are going to the theaters, and 2, the DVD and TV business.
Don't care what nobody say, brand new day poster needs to be a depressed Spider-Man. It'll be a cruel irony in some way, from the title sounding happy to the movie just being depression and PTSD.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had the top 3 worst movie experiences going to see Jurassic World, because there was an old lady sitting next to me and Danielle who kept murmuring and talking the whole time, like, oh my god, it's about to come. Oh my god, the dinosaur's gonna eat her. Oh my god, no. Okay, she got away. Oh, thank god. Oh god, thank god. Oh no, she missed the shot. Oh my god, she gotta extract the blood. Oh. And it's like she was an old lady and she just like would not shut the fuck up. And then there was these 2 kids.
Hatchet Pete was peak.
There was these 2 kids who kept running back and forth, up and down the stairs, up and down and up and down, and the dad was barely doing shit because he was just trying to watch the movie. I'm like, yo, get your fucking kid, dude.
Bro, I remember my aunt taking me to Blockbuster on a Friday afternoon and we would find me a movie to watch.
That's fire.
Bro, back then movies felt magical and we shared so many moments together. It was beautiful.
That's fire. That's why it's like I can't wait to be like, hopefully there's still good movies out when Demir gets older, so I can take him out to the movies and we can have like, those, you know, those motherfucking memories, bro. Oh my motherfucking gosh. Oh my god, wait. Chat. This one right here. Hold on. Where is it at? Aha.
I grew up with all the stuff we see not much of today, and I'm realizing part of why I never got over it is partly because everything's moving so fast. Always the next best thing, not enough time until the next best thing, and then the next SND, then the next.
Facts, bro. The Oblivion with the 10 gifted. I appreciate you, Ma. Shit. Yeah. I ran this shit to the ground. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro, Spy Kids, that's like my favorite movie. I love that shit, bro. I love that shit so much.
Hi, we need to add this to our movie night intros right before the movie starts as it'll feel like we're actually...
This is Boomerang from Cartoon Network.
This is Boomerang. Oh my gosh, dude. Chat, I had every single one. I got every single one of these. Every single one of these. Oh my God. Chat, I watched every single thing that you could play on this disc, bro. Every single thing.
Hi, it's me, Barbie. Welcome to Barbie of Swan Lake. There's a beautiful movie and many more fascinating...
In the early 2000s, it was a unique time for art movements.
Oh my God. Oh, this is a whole video. Hold on. Wait, where did he go? Where did Patrick go? Patrick. 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 I think I accidentally exited out your video. My fault, twin. Patrick. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where the hell? I don't know how that happened.
When cable companies provided DVR capabilities, you could now record your favorite shows and movies and watch them later whenever you wanted. This was the beginning of the streaming service era takeover that so many people today loathe. Today, you may feel like you are not as connected to the culture because 1, less people are going to the theaters, and 2, the DVD and TV business has been demolished by streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, etc. Being able to stream anything, anywhere, anytime, all while being alone in your room means there's no anticipation, no excitement, nobody to share the experience with, and therefore, no real reason to watch.
That's why streaming, like live streaming, is literally like that new TV, bro. Like, bro, it's literally like that new TV. Because you gotta it's either you're there or you gotta wait until the video drop on YouTube. And that's, you know, you still catching it, but it's like, it just hit different when you watch it, like when you're watching it live, because you just like, you was part of it, or it's like you know you was part of the thing. Damn, that's actually crazy looking at it like that. That's actually crazy, because when you just chilling and you got everything at like for access, it's like, how can you really get excited about watching something that you already got? Damn, good shit, Patrick.
Wanted. This was the beginning of the streaming service era takeover that so many people today loathe. Today, you may feel like you are not as connected to the culture because 1, less people are going to the theaters, and 2, the DVD and TV business has been demolished by streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, etc. Being able to stream anything, anywhere, anytime, all while being alone in your room means there's no anticipation, no excitement, nobody to share the experience with, and therefore no real reason to watch. Which is why you simply scroll and scroll through endless choices, waiting for something to magically grab your attention, waiting for something to give you a reason to watch, but it just...
Which is crazy because like I've been wanting to watch Jurassic Park again, and it literally pops up on my home screen when I turn on the TV, and I just haven't like, I just haven't watched it. I'll just play the Switch.
never happens. On a lighter note, every now and again, we do have a monoculture moment. I think back to the Barbie movie where girls were excited
Bro,
to
I remember I had this Iron Man movie on DVD and would watch it every day after school, and to be honest, it was an underrated gem. Real ones know about this.
Barbie. I remember Barbie being like that Barbie Oppenheimer thing. I remember that.
dress in all pink and drag their boyfriends to the theaters, only for the guys to immediately after drag their girls to see Oppenheimer, where I'm assuming many of them fell asleep. I think back to Squid Games, where it felt like everyone and their mother was blindsided by this dystopian critique of capitalism disguised as a f***ed-up game show.
And of course now, you know, it's milked to death.
As far as films go, it feels like it's only every couple of years where there is a moment that we are all in sync, when it used to be literally all year, every year. I can't even remember the last time music had a monoculture moment. I mean, sure, radio is still kind of relevant. TikTok made popular songs more popular.
But it's different though. It's not like nah, TikTok don't, it's just more like a trend. It's like a trend and you do your dance. But I don't think it's the same as like when you would listen to a song on the radio back then and everybody was like, you know, in school making the beats on the table like stew. Like I don't think anyone is doing that from a TikTok song.
But there's so much music all over the place all the time that I don't even know what anybody's listening to anymore. For TV, Yellowstone, Severance, White Lotus, Love Island. I mean, they are extremely...
I mean, I'm hearing a lot about... Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about Love Island, but...
popular, but can we say everyone is watching those shows?
No.
Will those shows...
because I'm not watching Love Island.
...define this era? I bet there are a ton of you...
and some people don't even know what Severance is.
...watching that are like, I didn't watch a single one of those shows. The irony of it all is that the death of a unified culture everyone seems to be feeling came with our pursuit to be more connected than ever before. Because the adaptation of the internet and social media into our everyday lives was the nail in the coffin for monoculture. By the turn of the century, everyone with extra cash had a computer somewhere in the house. Our parents were using them to basically replace what the newspaper did for decades. As the desktops and internet connection got faster, we looked at forums, chatted through AOL Instant Messenger, played simple flash games on Newgrounds, and even bid on random antiques from eBay. Being connected to random people all over the world was beautiful. You were no longer limited to the thoughts, beliefs, and interests of those in your geographical location.
And also, I don't want to hear people ever say like, how do you sit around and watch streamers? Like, how do you watch streamers play games? How do you watch streamers just IRL and literally just go outside? When niggas are watching dating shows, you're watching people fuck around and hook up. What are you talking about? You're watching people have relationships. Like, shut your ass up. I don't ever want to hear that shit again.
The internet was still somewhat difficult to navigate. You know, there was a time when Google didn't have all the answers. You had to check other search engines like Yahoo and my favorite, Ask Jeeves, to find what you were looking for.
Joe Ray, shout out Joe. Shout out my guy Joe. I hope he had a W stream. Shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to my guy. We just talking about how there's no thing that we grasp to anymore. There's no one thing that we all are like, yo, no, did you see this? Nah, yeah, we all like this together. Nah, we all like this as one together. Nope. It's GG's, bro. It's GG's.
Videos would take forever to load, the quality was often terrible, and sometimes just straight up didn't work. Using the internet kind of felt like exploring uncharted land. That friction, scarcity, and lack of instant gratification was what made it special. It was worth working for. Today, we just expect things to work. We demand convenience, and we are willing to give up our human autonomy for it. Initially, the entertainment industry as a whole saw the...
Chat, I think what's still no, probably not. Because movies cooked, music for sure cooked. What about games? In the past few years, I feel like there's been like games that have came out that we all have kind of been like, yo, this was, oh my gosh, right? Like Spider-Man, like that first Insomniac Spider-Man game. Red Dead Redemption 2, true. Death Stranding is kind of mixed. People aren't really... God of War. That new God of War. I feel like we still got some moments with games. Expedition 33. I seen people complain about that though. Like it's just a boring turn-based game. Like I've seen a lot of back and forth with that. Last of Us. Yeah. I feel like for games, we like at least we're not completely cooked.
The internet as a threat because of piracy. Suddenly,
Grow a garden. Is that fucking Roblox shit? What is that?
millions of people could download movies, music,
GTA 5. GTA 5 was a big one.
and TV shows for free through networks like Napster, LimeWire, and
You want me to play a? It's literally a garden game on Roblox.
torrent sites, completely bypassing traditional revenue models. Studios, labels, and networks feared the collapse of their business structures, as physical sales and TV deals were at the risk of being replaced. The internet stripped them of control, and for the first time, the consumer had the power to access content without paying a cent. From the consumer's
What is Grow a Garden? What is Grow a Garden? I swear, if you say it's about growing a garden, there's got to be more to it. If there's 2 million players, like what is it? Imagine Superman. Okay. Stop. And why did you name yourself Mari?
perspective, the logic was simple. Why pay for something when you can get it for free instantly? Piracy wasn't just about being cheap, it was about convenience. Buying a CD or DVD meant going to a store, spending 10 to 20 bucks, and
just a garden?
hoping you'd like the full album or movie. Then again, people didn't realize the nuanced value of the additional human experiences they got while consuming entertainment. All that driving to the store, talking to people, limited inventory, sitting on a sticky theater seat, that was all just considered to be an inconvenient cost to getting what you wanted. But you couldn't argue against the value that the internet brought to individuals. It gave everyone a voice, a platform, and endless options tailored exactly to their preferences, and that ramped up significantly in 2003 when MySpace became the first widely accepted platform for social media.
Oh my gosh. Tom. This nigga was 30 years old at the time? He was my friend. He was literally my friend, bro. I did not know he was 30.
By 2005, the platform had around 300 million users and had an estimated valuation of over $10 billion.
Well, bro, bro, I don't know. They need to bring that shit back. I don't know. It must be taxing or something, but if they was able to do it back then, they for sure could do it right now. Go to someone's page and their custom music would play. You could customize your page. Now you go to people's page. Everything is literally the same. It's all the fucking same. You're old. Bro is 70. Oh my God, bro. See, y'all just won't get it, bro. Y'all won't get it because y'all used to the same old layout on every single platform. Y'all aren't used to being like, you aren't used to expressing yourself for yourself. You're used to being a bot and following what everybody else is doing. Couldn't relate to that. You went to my page, that Wayne was blasting in your ear, bro.
The platform allowed people to share their personal passions and stories as individuals. If nobody in your real life aligned with your interests, you would be able to find a community of like-minded people online. People started calling random strangers on the internet their friends. They became invested in their lives, wanting to know what they were doing in their geographical location.
So good.
Your connection to random people around the world started to make you disconnected from those physically around you.
MySpace was the best, like, social media platform, like in terms of like having friends and talking to ever, over Instagram, over Twitter, over, like, it was just literally the best.
Slowly, the digital world began to feel more important than the physical one. As platforms evolved, first with Facebook, then Instagram, and eventually TikTok, the focus shifted even further away from a shared experience and towards personal branding. Algorithms were designed not to connect people as a whole, but to keep you personally engaged.
Listen, MySpace was a fucking block party. Instagram is a fucking office job.
Did not think we would see a black woman win a world championship on WWE, but damn, we finally made it.
Wait, who?
Feeding you content you already agreed with or found entertaining. The internet became less of a town.
Was it Naomi? Yo, what's going on with, what's her name? Wait, hold on. Naomi. Chat, what's going on with the girl? What's the one I like? Naomi. She's 37? Holy shit. Jade, yeah, Jade. She beat Naomi and later that night Naomi crashed her to win the world title. Wait, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, was Jade up next? Like, was Jade about to win that? Dyslexic nigga. Wait, what'd I say? What'd I say? Jade, she beat Naomi and later that night. Oh. My bad. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait, where'd it go? Wait, hold on. I need to redeem myself. Wait, can you pin the last? Okay, hold on. Can you pin the last one? Okay, Jade won Queen of the Ring, so she will get a future world title. She need a title. Like, she's literally like, oh my gosh. Okay, here we go.
Here's the video of her cash in.
Okay, here we go. Jade, she beat Naomi, and later that night, Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank to win a world title. Bruh, that ain't valid, bruh. Jade can barely wrestle. Watch your goddamn mouth. You watch your goddamn mouth.
Square and more of an echo chamber, reflecting only your own tastes, beliefs, and biases back at you, just so you wouldn't click off the app. Social media stopped being about community and became a stage where everyone was the main character of their own story. It made individuals feel more powerful than ever, which could be considered a good thing, but
nope, them likes, bro. Them likes got people going crazy. It got them losing their minds, feeling like, you know, they tower over others.
It also created a cultural landscape more narcissistic, divisive, and isolated than any era in history. So the reason why movies, TV, YouTube, social media, and literally all other forms of entertainment don't feel the same is a combination of really complicated nuances. However, with a shift in mentality, you could look at all of this as a good thing. If you are a strong-minded individual, introverted, or just someone who doesn't really care about a sense of community and those around you, you are in the golden age. For decades, if you didn't fit into the narrow lens of what the mainstream deemed valuable, if you didn't like the biggest pop star, or wear the right clothes, or relate to the 5 TV shows everyone else watched, you were invisible. You had nowhere to go. You were the weird kid, the quiet one, the one who didn't belong. But now, the internet gives you infinite options to find belonging, and literally any interest you may have, no matter how unique it is, chances are there is a niche community where someone like you isn't just accepted, you're celebrated.
Thanks for watching my video, my nigga. PatrckCC.
Do you like wolves eating watermelons? So do 61,000 other people.
What the fuck? Post must contain a wolf and a melon. What in the fuck is this?
Do you like stapling bread to trees? So do 335,000 other people. Today, a girl who was once mocked in school for drawing anime characters in her notebook can become a full-time artist with a fan base of thousands.
See, now that shit like that is cool.
Or millions. A kid who was laughed at for making weird songs on his cracked BandLab app can go viral on TikTok and
this needs to stop. Everyone making music just needs to stop.
Then chart on the Spotify Viral 50. A filmmaker with no connections and no budget can put their short film on YouTube and have it resonate with millions of people around the world. These stories were impossible.
Please, and please, for the love of God, no more streamers. No more new streamers. It's booked up. It's filled up. Dude, gotta do something else.
In the monoculture era because the gatekeepers decided what was and what wasn't. Before the internet, independence was next to impossible, and today the gatekeepers have less power than ever. So maybe entertainment feels more chaotic, more...
All your mods stream. Dante actively gatekeeping. Gatekeeping streaming.
Overwhelming and
Look, it's just like, oh, people are trying to stream for the wrong reasons. That's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing it, man.
less special. Maybe we are no longer all connected under a simple, easy to navigate monoculture, but there is more opportunity than ever for a small independent creator to get a taste of that success. And for consumers, if you know what you're
If I was truly gatekeeping, I would be like, yo, if you a mod and you streaming, you're getting unmod. All my mods can't be streaming. It's not right. That's what I would be doing. I'm talking about the people who literally, like, they see Kai Cenat with a celebrity, like, I'm trying to do that, and then they just start streaming, and they don't even talk to their chat, because I mean, well, there's no one there, but they just don't even like really
You reacting
do it.
to music videos this stream?
Well, let's see. What is the title? What does the title of this stream say, Jax? Huh? What does the title of this stream say, Jax? Also, we should probably take the Corey Kenshin thing out because I already talked about it, and you know, I said what I had to say. It'll be on YouTube later.
interests are, and do not let algorithms decide what you want to watch, and are willing to do the tedious task to actively get outside of the echo chamber that these algorithms are trying to hold you in, and find that one quality YouTuber or that one underrated Hulu series, then you are probably completely fine with today's entertainment climate. Build your own world. Who cares about community? This is your life. Now, I personally go back.
W message chat. That's why I done found so much like music that I like, just going off of just listening to like different things, and I suggest y'all do the same, because anytime I like, there's a lot of times I'll play a song and it's like kind of mixed. There's people who like never heard that type of genre before, or that type of song, so they're like, yo, what the fuck, this is not Cardi, this is not, like, turn this dog shit off, when it's actually, bro, if you like, it's really good. It's really good music out there that's like aside from rap, bro.
Back and forth on my feelings towards the death of monoculture. I don't personally feel drowned out in content. Since I have terrible movie and TV taste, I will watch just about anything as long as there is a decent premise for the plot. As far as music goes, I am totally willing to put in the grind to find my new favorite artist, and I'm actually one of those annoying people who kind of starts to dislike someone when they get more famous. So I actively look for underrated talent, and Spotify and social media makes that a million times easier and more convenient. But at the same time, I do miss that sense of monoculture. I play a lot of golf, and when I meet new people, I've had countless conversations that lead nowhere because we have absolutely nothing in common due to being stuck in totally different algorithmic echo chambers. Sometimes the golfers don't even watch golf, so I'm just like, how's the weather? And obviously I'm a creator, so I'm benefiting from a system that was created for me to succeed. And because of my feelings going back and forth, my channel is somewhat a reflection of the lack of and yearning for an entertainment monoculture. My YouTube channel is kind of like a 2000s MTV inspired hodgepodge of modern pop culture. Firstly,
And I love it. Oh my gosh. 6 Kari. With the 50 gifted subs! 50 gifted subs! Round of applause, thank you so much for the 50 gifted subs. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, we did it! We did it! Hell yeah! W motherfucking get the subs. I appreciate you.
I'm reliable, posting every Monday at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every week we talk about something pop culture related. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's film, sometimes it's internet personalities,
I love your film talk.
sometimes it's a comedian, action sports star, politics. The modern YouTube algorithm wants you to keep making the same video over and over with the same thumbnails and dominate one
True.
A title a whole paragraph long too. I got to indie rock music video I
It's
just
not-
directed for a band who just got signed W Atlantic.
It's not.
You should check him out.
It's not a paragraph, dude.
specific niche, which is why you see so many successful channels being repetitive, because that is literally what works.
Chat,
I
literally.
try to keep a
Chat.
balance.
Chat, literally. Chat, literally.
And because of that, some videos get more views than others, Some videos bomb, but I hope you enjoy me keeping that old early 2000s variety. You can come to my channel to keep you updated with modern pop culture and feel some tiny slice of that monoculture we all used to love. Also, this was kind of a different style of video for my channel. I usually stick to documentaries that are objective and fact-based, but recently I've just kind of been wanting to switch it up a little bit. So I'll be looking at the comments to see what you guys think about this more conceptual or think piece rant type of video. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Monday.
If y'all watched any of the shows, here's mine.
More videos like this. I loved it. I like video, like, you know, like think pieces, because like he said, he was going more like he was kind of more going like the documentary route, and that, like, that's why I haven't watched like his vids in a minute, because like a lot of the people he was covering is like, I didn't really like care too much about what they got going on to hear the whole life story. But it's like topics like this about, you know, what's been going on and things like that. I feel like, oh my God, there's so much I can say and so much I can add to that, bro. W fucking video, man. W video. W PatrckCC.